Let's try this. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. It's Meg. I am here. I am on live. My camera actually is functioning. Well, yeah, I'm here. I'm live. I'm excited. Happy Halloween. I hope that your evening is going well. Hopefully you're getting trick-or-treaters if you welcome them. I haven't gotten any yet, and I think it's going to be a quiet night. So here we go. Let's see what goes down. Like I said, it's Halloween evening. It's one of my favorite nights of the year for obvious reasons. We're going to be reading some cards. We're going to be hanging out. I have set up the chat, so if you want to see some of my other projects outside of YouTube, it's totally available for you. Also, it will be in the description of this video as well. This video will be saved in playback if you miss it the first time and want to come back and watch. So yeah, there's that. I'm excited to be here. I've been looking forward to this all week, and in fact, been kind of looking forward to doing this all month. I scheduled this well in advance of when I needed to. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Just a few quick things before we get into the cards. Number one, I reserve the right to moderate the chat as I see fit. So please feel free to leave your comments. But please understand that any comments that I get the sense will be defamatory, slurs, anything that suggests violence towards me and my community will be blocked and reported. So just so you're aware, let's keep our conversation civil. But also, in the description, I have included links to my social media. Again, that's for if you want to get in touch with me outside of YouTube. But also, I have included a list of the decks that I'm using for tonight as well. So all of that's in the description. And on the note of the decks, I do have a few that are a little bit on the gory side, in that they depict bodily organs and exposed bone kind of thing. I will let you know which ones those are. So if you are not okay with that, please go ahead and just click off. It's totally cool. Please use your discretion when you're viewing these readings. Also, on top of that, one of my decks also depicts some nudity. I'm going to do my best to censor that a little bit because I don't want to get dinged by YouTube. So yeah, there is that. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, I've been really looking forward to this live for quite a while, simply because October has been a bit of a challenging month for me. There's been some pretty big family changes that have happened. Not necessarily to me it is personal because it is my family, but yeah, just some pretty big family changes. A number of things, technology has been weird for me. First my computer, and now my cell phone, somewhere in the breezes. Can't find it. I was out for a walk and I had it, and then when I got home, figured out I did not have it. And that's just the quick version of things because that day was not a fun day. I'm over it, and I think I have a plan for how to move forward in replacing it, but it isn't particularly, it's not what I wanted to do right now, frankly. So yeah, bugger on that one, I guess. But otherwise, life is good. I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to getting into November because, again, there's more family activity happening, and hopefully it all goes smoothly. But yeah, that's November. We're not really there just yet. Yeah, not really there just yet. I can say I will be traveling towards the end of November, so I'm looking forward to that. I always have such a fun time on this trip, and I'm really, really hopeful that things, just go smoothly in the process. So I can handle it. I know I can handle it, but it's just more of like I'm kind of ready for things just to stabilize a little bit because they haven't really felt stable. So, and maybe if you guys relate to that, hopefully this portion of the reading is going to be helpful for you. Okay. So, yeah, let's get in. So I have a bunch of oracle decks. I have a bunch of tarot decks. They're all going to be a little bit spooky, and like I said, some of them might be slightly graphic. Again, please use your discretion. But I'm hoping to be able to basically do the usual as I do in my videos, and that is to say that I usually read oracle decks first and then get into the tarot so we can get a broad view of the energy. Okay. Also, on the note of the video, and I promise this is the last bit of rambling mess before we get into the reading, I do have a November prediction video going up tomorrow at 8 a.m. So watch my channel space, and hopefully, if you tune in, you can leave some feedback if you feel safe to. Okay. So let's see. Let's actually do the reading and see what we need to see from our videos, okay? All right. So we're going to start, like I said, we're going to start with some oracles and then get into our tarot and see how we do, okay? All right. This may take a minute, guys, so bear with me. Yeah. Actually, this needs a bit more. I have most of the decks that I have out right now haven't really been used in a little bit, so it may take, I have a feeling it may take a few tries to get something worked up here, but I'm excited to see what happens anyway, so. Okay. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? I've rambled on enough about me. What's going on with you guys? Okay. Okay. 4. All right. One more oracle here. Okay. All righty. So to start with our oracle reading, we're starting out good, you guys. We have the witch. Oh, I love that we got this. Thank you so much. Thank you. We have the witch. Okay. Hang tight here. Yeah, we have the witch. We have, in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. we have the disseminating moon, which says take time to breathe out. Okay. So take time to breathe out. Okay. Alrighty. We have the dream walker, which represents dreams, illusions, and the collective good. Okay. Okay. And we also have the fifth chakra and the Archangel Gabriel. Okay. Okay. So the theme that comes up right off the bat for me with the oracle reading right now is that, and this totally fits the time that we're doing this in right now, is that there's this idea of surrender and release, and that's complete. That I think that fits this period of time so perfectly, because we're bringing in the harvest, we're taking in the things that we've worked hard to grow throughout the period of the year that isn't this. We've been in a period of harvesting, and now it's time to let the ground lie fallow for a little bit, to let it rest, to let it replenish and renourish itself, right? That's something that we need to do for ourselves, right? Because we've done a lot of growing, we've done a lot of sowing the seeds, a lot of tending the fields, tending the gardens, and now that we've brought everything in, it's like, okay, that was a lot. We can take a break, right? Actually give yourself that chance to have a break. Okay, that period of surrender, that being in the moment of not obligating yourself to be anyone or do anything. Okay, now this could be something as basic as literally laying in bed, or this is something doing, maybe this is your self-care routine, maybe this is something as basic as getting in your car and going for that sweet treat you've been craving all week. That's up to you, right? But it's time to give yourself the love and attention that you've been putting out towards others, right? And that's going to mean surrendering other people's expectations. Okay, this is going to mean letting yourself breathe. Just breathe. Okay, now I'm making this sound as easy as it comes, and sometimes it's not that easy. Okay, all right, there are people's expectations of you that you have to manage. There's your expectations of you, right? How are they in clash? I don't know. That's certainly been something that I've had to contend with this year, but it's definitely it's basically all I'm trying to say here is let go, give yourself a break. You are allowed to just be present with yourself. Okay. Now, if you're in a situation where it doesn't feel like you're still facing conflict or things like that, know that you have the ability to speak your truth to power. Okay, you have the ability to say, these are my dreams, this is what I believe in. Okay, I'm willing to speak up and to defend my right to pursue them. Okay, but conversely, I'm looking at this illusions aspect here. Oh, sorry guys. Looking at this aspect of illusions with this card, okay, you also have the power to put a pin in what you're thinking, how you're looking at things, and really ask yourself if what you see is the truth, is the objective truth of your situation. Okay, what I mean by that is, you might be seeing a situation one way. There's another person involved in the situation, and they're seeing it from a completely different angle. So, is it best to try and find a middle ground, or do you have to step back even further to get perspective? Okay, this is what is speaking to your capability. Okay, and you have the ability to do that. Okay, I'm equating that, and I really should brush up on this, so I apologize if I misquote or misrepresent it here. But I believe the 5th chakra is the throat chakra. And I'm getting here in part because I'm looking at this light right in here. You have the ability to speak from your whole heart about things that matter to you. Okay. And that ability has the chance of affecting the greater good too. Okay. So, give yourself a chance to be present, be present, and know that you have the power to speak up for yourself if someone's taking you to task for trying to do what you're trying to do. Okay. Okay. So I thought it might be kind of fun to do. So if you guys have followed me on my blog for a little bit, you'll likely have seen me do something called a tarot pyramid. I don't think this is something I made up, although I believe I have done some modifications in terms of what all the sections in that pyramid mean. I haven't done it in a while, but I thought it might be kind of fun to kind of try it again with you guys. I don't know how this is, I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do feel compelled to try again, and maybe there is some information in this that might be useful to you. Okay. Heads up here, I am going to be getting into some of the graphic ones. This is the Deviant Moon Tarot, and I don't particularly think this is graphic, but again, discretion is advised. So let's see what we need to see. Let's see what we need to see here. Okay, what do we need to see? Alrighty. What do we need to see? And 5. Okay, so these next 5 cards are going to represent the base energy. This is what we have underneath our feet at this time. Okay, so for our base energy, we are going to look at the 8 of Swords. Yeah, I'm gonna censor that. We have the 8 of Swords. Sorry, guys. And the 8 of Swords. Okay. We have the Page of Wands. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the Page of Wands. Okay. Okay. We have the Devil. Okay. Interesting that we're seeing him here. Wonder if that's going to be a repeater. Let's see what we got here. Here's the Devil. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. And we have the Tower. Okay. Well, there's a lot right here. Just at the base energy, and I'm saying that if you know the tarot, this could be very obvious to you. If not, that's totally okay. But I'm getting here that there's a lot of really really intense energy coming through, in part because we have, okay, let's start with the Devil and the Tower here. Okay, we have situations that are suggesting pretty big catastrophic events that might be happening to you. Okay, sudden change, sudden disaster. It almost feels like you're stuck, because if you do anything, it'll all fall apart. If you don't do anything, it's all going to fall apart. Basically, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. So you're unnecessarily holding yourself in this situation, because what do I do? What in the hell am I supposed to do when things are falling apart? I really don't know how to manage this. But also, it kind of feels like there's a monkey on your back. It's a monkey on your back, and you don't know how to remove it just yet. This is causing some distress, okay? This is causing you to feel some distress because you're not really seeing where you're supposed to go, how you're supposed to do what you need to do, given this situation, okay? As for this situation, there is some advanced learning that's trying to happen, okay? Because you're very much in your head over the issue going on with the Tower and the Devil here. I believe the reason you're seeing this Page of Wands here is because you're mentally triggered. I feel like you're mentally triggered to do something. Literally anything you can think of will be better than doing nothing. Okay. All right. Action. Good. We're in a place where you realize you have to take action. However, this is a period of time where your thoughts and your passions are really running hot. Okay. And if you don't give yourself the chance to ground yourself, to become rooted and practical, anything you could do might either outright fail, which is not good. I hate failure. Don't make seeing it for you. Okay, could outright fail, or it could do something towards the positive, but it might not be all the way there. Excuse me. It might not be all the way there. And you're going to have to allow yourself, you might have to go back and fix things you didn't think would have to be looked at again. Right? The situation is already seriously frustrating enough. Here's our Devil card. Here's our Tower card. Right? It's already frustrating enough. But it is doable. Okay? The situation isn't as insurmountable as you might believe it is if you give yourself the opportunity to get rooted. Okay? What I want you to notice, this is so cool to me. What I want you to notice here is that this character is a dragon. Okay? I'm thinking And because it has the sharp teeth, there's their equivalent of swords. It is, I don't know the artist's intentions. I'm sure it's drawing on something other than what I'm thinking here, which is totally fine. But because you'll typically see a dragon breathing fire, I believe that there is both elements of air and fire here, and we have elements of air with our swords, okay, and we have the element of fire with our wands, okay. But with the dragon, you will have to get grounded and rooted, and also be careful that when you do start bringing in the abundances that you're desiring, that you don't become greedy or stingy with your resources. Okay. So yeah, let's see what else we need to see. So this next section is going to be you. I'm going to pull some cards for your energy and see how you're showing up here. The base energy feels a little weird, okay, but we have the message. Ground your energy, get rooted. There's some action that needs to be taken on getting yourself unstuck from the thing. Okay, so let's see how you're showing up here. What do you need to know about the way your energy is being affected by your base energy? Okay. Okay. One more shuffle. Okay. One more shuffle. Okay. Alrighty. Five of rods. Okay. This is the 5 of wands. Okay. We're looking at the 5 of wands. Okay. And the 5 of wands. Okay. We're getting the tower again. So there's a tower. Okay. Alrighty. We're looking, I'm sorry. No, that's the 6 of, we have the 6 of wands. Okay, there's 6 of wands. Okay, you have the 6 of cups. Okay, 6 of cups. And we're getting the 8 of swords again, the 8 of blades in this case. Okay. Okay. So your energy is showing up in that you're kind of stuck with the sense of nostalgia for what was. Okay, getting here with the 6 of cups, because this is a suggestion of, I always put it with like childhood and reconnecting to childhood joys. This might feel, given that we have the 6 of wands in here as well, this might feel like you have a sense of nostalgia for the things that have happened to you in the past, because those times felt easier, right? You never see it when it's happening as being easy. However, because of the difficulties you're facing now, again with the 8 of swords and the tower, okay, you're kind of in a space where you just want to go back, the good old days. I want to be there. I want to go back to what brought me happiness as a kid. I want to go mess around on a tire swing. I want to go eat mud pies. I want to come back to my house and need to be hosed off in the backyard. Roasting myself because that may have happened to me once or twice. In any case, there is a sense of deep longing to go back to a simpler time. Okay, again, 6 of Cups. Okay, it was easier to feel settled at this time. Okay, and again, we're getting the Tower energy here, so things are changing just rapidly enough that it feels like everything's falling out. Okay, and you don't really know what to do with it because you're feeling stuck and you're feeling trapped. Now, let me tell you a secret. Let me tell you a little secret about the 8 of Swords here, guys. The 8 of Swords is illusionary. It's an illusion, okay? And because it's associated with air, your mind, intellect, bestie, illusions, hi, hello, it's coming back here, okay? Because the 8 of Swords are associated with the illusions that our mind plays on us, okay? We can breathe out on these things. We can let these things go. We don't have to hold them. They might feel good. They might feel familiar, okay? It probably won't do us much good in the long run because, things aren't the same. Things aren't the same anymore. They've fallen apart, they've crumbled, they've decayed, they've gone away, right? Let me give you an example. I had once gotten into a conversation with my nephew, and he was saying how he just really wanted to go see what Disneyland was about and this, that, and the other. And I said, I got excited, right? I'm telling him like, oh my God, your dad, my brother, your dad, your grandma and I, we used to go all the time. It was great. Well, I started doing the research and the ticket prices, and I don't think I'd be able to go anymore, right? It's crowded. For those of you who have been, you know what I mean. Costly, right? It's a thing I haven't let go of, but it's something that I might have to, because what exactly am I holding on to, right? So all of that to say, it's okay to have fond memories of the past. But if you're holding on to the past with a desire to get back to a simpler time, I don't know that that's going to work. There may be ways you can simplify your life now that will help you feel better in the situation you're in now. Here's your Tower situation. But it won't bring the past forward. It won't bring you back to those simpler times, right? That's where, this is where we're being called to breathe out and to breathe this thing out of our space, to surrender. Because while those times might have been some of the happiest times of your life, and never forget those times, right? It might be time to start making new memories and figure out how you can bring new happiness into your space. Okay. All right. Alrighty. So let's see what else we need to see. We are being given an option in this. Okay, and I feel that let's see what our options are. Okay, because we're not without them. I hope that we can see what we need to see. The way I'm gonna answer. Well, okay, I'm gonna pull 3 cards. Gonna spin it as a yes, and we're gonna spin it as a no, and then we'll see how we can answer what the result of that is gonna be. Okay. Okay. What our option is. Let's see. Okay. Let me try that again. Okay. Just a heads up, this is one that is particularly, I wouldn't say particularly gory, but again, this is one of the decks that is a little bit graphic in the way that it depicts its characters. So, again, discretion is advised. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So, okay. So we have the Ace of Hazards. In this case, is the 8 of Coins. Okay. There's the 8 of Coins. That's the Ace of Coins. Just kidding. Ace of Coins. Okay. Here's the Ace of Coins. Okay. We have the Chariot. Okay. We have the Chariot. Alrighty. And we have the 10 of Swords. Once again. 10 of Swords. Here's where I'm talking about the graphicness. So again, if you're watching this in playback, discretion is advised here. 10 of Swords. Okay. So, yeah. Part of the issue here is that I think we're looking to make forward progress on certain things that we've been looking to make forward progress on. Okay. We have the Chariot here, which is, to me, it's one of the most empowering cards you can get in the tarot. Like if I'm sitting with you in a reading and you're pulling the Chariot, I was like, yes, bestie. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, my friend. Right? Keeping it inclusive here. Right? The Chariot is all about moving your car forward and knowing that you have the power to do just that. Okay? The fact of the matter is that whatever the situation is has very much disempowered you in a way that you've forgotten your keys. Right? You're at the car, you've loaded everything up, and now it's like, the question mark, what do I do now? Right? Okay, all right, you know what? It happens. It happens to the best of us, right? It happens to the best of us because, these Ace of Coins energies here, Ace of Hazards, Ace of Coins, whatever you want to put in there. It's new energy, right? It's new energy. We've just put the seed in the soil. We've just planted the new sapling. Okay. There it is, right? You're starting fresh. You're starting over. You're letting things rest so you can do that. Okay. But that's the thing, is that it's new. You don't know what kind of roots are going to dig down. You don't know what kind of things are going to start happening because you've just planted the seed. Okay, you've just planted that new little sapling. And an example from my own plant, I watched my dad plant an orange tree, and it's literally this big. Yeah, a lot bigger, but for the point I'm trying to make here is it's going to take a little bit to grow. It's going to take a while to bear fruit. Okay, that's your situation here. You've put the seed in the ground, it's waiting to take root, and you're sitting here possibly, do I need to water it some more? Do I need to put fertilizer in it? What do I do? You're frazzled. You're in a moment. Fair. Totally and completely fair. Okay? In fact, it's disempowered you to the point that, it was the wrong card, but whatever. It's disempowered you to the point that you're kind of letting yourself be stuck. Okay? You're letting yourself be stuck, and it's causing you to feel hurt. Right? It's causing you to feel pain. All right? But I saw somewhere, I think it was on Threads, where someone had interpreted the Ten of Swords as a new chapter can't begin unless you close an old one. Okay? And this is where you're being called to do that. Okay? A new chapter can't open unless an old one closes. Okay? That's scary. It's scary. Okay? And that's fair. If you're feeling nervous, I get you. I don't like change either. It's weird. It's uncomfortable. My space doesn't feel right. I'm my clothes are itchy. My skin's itchy. I don't feel good in this. Right? That just remember, your keys are already in your hand, and you have the power to drive the car. Okay? Be gentle. You know what? Be gentle with yourself. This is big. Okay? This feels bigger. It feels bigger than it needs to be. Of course, I want you to acknowledge your feelings that this is fear. This is fear, and it's okay that you're feeling it. Okay? It's okay that you're feeling it because you're on a new path. Okay? You're on a new path, and you just planted the seed. Okay? So, let's ask the question here. What would it mean? What would it take if we did put our keys in the ignition? What would we be able to find if we put the keys in the ignition and drive the car? What would we find if we choose not to do that? What would we find? Okay, you're going to answer the yes portion first. Okay. So this is going to be our yes. We're putting the keys in the car and driving. Okay. Okay. This is one of those I haven't looked up. So I haven't used in a bit, so I may have to pause and get out my cheat sheet. I apologize. Okay. So if yes, okay, if we are going down the road, if we are driving our car, we're going to see our 8 of coins. Okay. So there's going to have to be some diligence and some effort that is put out into our greater, into our greater energy here. We're gonna have to put in some work, okay? But this is work that I think you might be willing to do, okay? There's something about this genuinely deeply matters, okay? It's not. I want you to notice this shadow here. This isn't a shadow that's heavy, right? You'd rather work in this shadow and not at all. This is something. All that to say, this is something that genuinely and deeply matters to you. Okay? It matters. Okay? Okay? This is yes. This is work that's going to really, really. It means something to you, right? Okay? This is going to answer our no here. Okay. If we choose to not drive our car here, we're looking at the Page of Wands. So there's still a little bit of mental stuff to go through, to process. Okay, totally fine. Either yes, either no. There's no right answer. These are just answers that I'm getting from the cards, right? But there is some mental processing to do. It's okay, totally okay. We're just in that state where we can, okay. Because I do feel that this is safer than trying to navigate through the rubble of our tower. Okay, is that part? Get bestie, I get you. That's nerve-wracking. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Right? Again, there was no better answer, not one over the other. There's just yes with our 8 of coins, and that is there will be hard work. There will be hard work put into this, but this is stuff that really matters to you. Okay? If not, there's still some processing, still some things to get solid in your head before you do move down the line. And again, that is okay. Totally fine. Okay. Now, if I were to read the 8 of coins and the Page of Swords together, there might be some things that you have to work hard to process. Okay. Again, none of this is bad. Okay. None of this is bad, but I'm curious to see what the outcome of the whole thing, the base, your energy, your option, what the whole thing might come out for you, how this might be, how this might turn out, how this whole situation might come to pass for you. Okay? So let's see what we need to see. Okay? What do we need to see for our outcome? Okay. Outcome is the King of Presents. Okay. We have the King of Presents. This is the King of Coins. So, bestie, I love that this card is coming out for you. I really, really love this card coming out for you, because this is someone who, so generally the King of Coins is someone I would equate to being grounded, being rooted, in particular with themselves. Okay, so they know who they are, they know what they're about, they know certainly the money, the things, the resources they have at their disposal. And with regards to themselves, they know their value. Nobody's going to tell them who they are because they know who they are best, right? That person is you. Okay, you've had some kickdowns, you've had some shakeups, your foundation might have been shaking. Okay, but remember that you still have, hang tight here, you still have the Chariot card. Okay, there's still this Chariot card. Okay, and I would almost venture to guess that paired with the King of Coins here, nothing's taking you back, right? Nothing is taking you down. Okay. Now, again, there could be some things that you have to get up in your head correctly. By that I mean there might be some thinking that you have to do, some planning. Okay. But that doesn't mean that you're completely done for, right? Your tower is crumbled, but that doesn't mean you can't build with the rubble, right? That doesn't mean there doesn't mean there wasn't a lesson in the situation you're looking at. Now, I totally get that this might not seem like that in the moment, but there is something to be said for sitting with it for a little bit, not letting it absorb too deeply, and moving on from it. Okay, because that's what we got in our oracle here. Okay, take time to breathe out, surrender, release. Another thing that I want to encourage everybody who's resonating with this reading right now is to be gentle, be loving, be kind. Give yourself a dose of reality if you need to. But know that your dreams aren't far from you. Okay, they'll never be far from you. They'll never be far from you as long as you choose to speak your truth to power. Okay, if you feel that you can't do that right now, it's okay to just pause and reflect. Okay. Okay, so I'm not done yet. I'm going to encourage everybody to get a comforting beverage. Okay, it's a lot. That's a lot. So if you are, water. I'm hydrating. Please hydrate if you haven't already. Cheers. Okay. If you if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I'm happy to have them in the chat. If you're watching this in playback, leave them in the comments. And if you're just joining in, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful and resonant for you. And also, I hope you guys are having fun. I always have. Okay, well, yeah. I hope you guys are having fun. This is something I've been looking forward to pretty much all month. So yeah. Anyway. So gonna wax nostalgic for a little bit. Speaking of which, I used to go trick-or-treating a lot when I was a kid. In fact, my mom went nuts one year and made all of our costumes. That was so much fun. I remember one time I was so heavy into Star Trek that I got to be the space. What was her name? No, I forgot. I'm too young to have Alzheimer's, guys. I've forgotten her name. Natalie Portman. I've genuinely forgotten the name, but I was the princess from the first 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, the second round of 3 Star Wars movies. I was heavy into Star Trek too. I don't know if that shouldn't surprise any of you. And yeah, if it does, hi bestie, I'm a nerd. So, but yeah, we used to dress up a lot, and I have a lot of fond memories going trick-or-treating, but my area doesn't see a whole lot of trick-or-treaters. I don't even know if my city is going on. I live close to the downtown portion of my city, and normally there's a lot of activity, and I don't know if they're doing that right now. So either they came earlier and I missed it entirely, or I don't know. But it's been relatively quiet so far, and in fact, now that I've said something, if we do get a trick-or-treater, you hear the doorbell, that's it. I know we'd probably see it, but so far it's been relatively quiet. I hope your night's going night, day, afternoon, wherever you are in the middle of the world. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Again, let's just have some fun. Let's see what else we need to see, right? Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I will plan to go for another half hour or so. So if you guys want to just ask away, chat's open, comments are open. Let me know what you guys want to see. Okay, let me know. Well, you know what? Let's see from the oracle here. Okay, so okay. All right, here's the deal. I'm just going to read from each of the decks that I have. We'll see a message. Let me know if it resonates. Okay. So we're going to start with the Sisterhood of Reciprocity. Okay. Got the Sisterhood of Reciprocity. All right. We have the Disciple of Ritual. Okay. Okay. And we have the Exile. Interesting. Okay. So what's interesting to me here is that, well, I'm looking at the Exile here first, because the first thought that I had here was get used to feeling comfortable by yourself. Okay. And something clicked and something stood out in my head that some of you are being some of you are being taken to task for doing certain things, being in certain positions in your life that other people don't like or don't feel that they don't feel good about you doing the thing they don't like. There's something to that. I'm not articulating it well, but we have this Disciple of Ritual card, as well as we have the Sisterhood of Reciprocity. So something about this suggests that there's maybe a degree of separation between you and the people that you thought might accept you, might care about you, might love you. Okay. On the flip side of that, you have been exiled. You have been told to leave a group of people that you thought might have had your back, and suddenly feel really sad and lonely and betrayed because of that. And that's not that's really not fun. But in doing the things you've done to take care of yourself, try that. In doing the things that you've done to take care of yourself, you've managed to find a community of people who really care, who really want you around, who, you might still have to go into hermit mode in order to take care of yourself. Okay. But conversely to what I mentioned with this before, there's still a good number of people around you who are looking at what you're doing and being like, you know what, she's taking care of herself. They're doing what they need to do to survive. They're getting up, they're going to work, they're making their money, and they're coming home and taking care of themselves, right? That's all. This is your support system, right? Your support system is here, okay? Although on the other side, this could be someone who has, nope, don't like what you're doing, please leave me alone. Doesn't mean it's positive, doesn't mean that's a comfortable thing, but it's happened, and there's this need to say, okay, I'm going to get comfortable being by myself. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So, no, I'm gonna do every one I have here. Okay. It's gonna be fun. All right. Okay, so we had a number of these pop off here. Alrighty. So we're going to see true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Okay. Okay. You also have the universe has my back. Okay. Universe has my back. Okay. We also have I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. And we have, instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good for all. Okay. Okay. So, there's this sense of safety and well-being that I believe is coming through here, in part because of this universe has my back energy here. So you are supported, okay? You are supported because there's some of you here that are doing shadow work. There's some of you that are really getting deep in your own shadows and really looking at what those things are. Okay, because there is there's something that you genuinely and desperately needed and wanted in your space, but it's not really doing you any good to keep saying, okay, I want it, I need it. Okay, good, you've identified that desire, but is it really going to be within your highest good to have this thing in your space? Okay, going deep into your in reflection and understanding why this desire is existing for you might feel uncomfortable. Okay, shadow work rarely is. Okay, but it means that you're willing to look at it anyway, because even if it feels weird and gross, if you're looking at yourself and saying, okay, yes, I have this desire that I need in my space, fine, okay. If I really look at why I'm in it, if I really look why I care about this thing so much, I might get triggered in a way that I don't like, okay? And it might cause me fear. But instead of denying that I'm afraid of it, if I look at it and hold it for a little bit, maybe that's how my desire is going to be fulfilled. Maybe the highest good for everybody will come from looking at why I'm feeling this thing. Okay. I'm gonna leave that to be resonant with you as you see fit. Hopefully it made sense, but let's see what we need to see from our other decks. Okay. Okay, one more here. Okay. I'm going to keep this one handy for clarification purposes. Okay. Alrighty. So we're going to see the new moon in Gemini, which says communication is key. Okay. New moon in Gemini. Okay. We have the first quarter moon, which says your commitment is being tested. Okay. Alrighty. And we have the full moon in Capricorn, which says the end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So there's, again, this is such a perfect portion for this part of the reading here, because we're talking about releasing and letting things go, specifically fear, but it could be whatever you need to release, right? And I think this might be fear, this might be sadness, this might be literally anything that has put you in a tough position. I believe I've said it in other videos, and I think I've said it here. But there's been some pretty big changes in my family, and I'm grieving. My heart hurts. Okay, and it's put, for me specifically, that was tough. That was really hard. Okay. Likewise, if you're experiencing something similar, whatever it is you're going through, whether it just happened or whether it's been ongoing for a while, it won't last forever. Okay. It really will not last forever. Okay. But your commitment to speaking truth to your power. Okay, remember we got a reading right at the beginning of this that said you have the ability to speak your truth to power. Okay, and your commitment to doing that right now is being tested, because this is a hard situation you're going through right now. Okay, speaking up. Try this. Speaking up is probably one of your best qualities. Your ability to communicate your needs, your wants, your desires, your important things to you. You're very good at that. Okay. But your commitment to doing that is being tested right now, because things are slowing down, things are rounding out, things are finally coming to a conclusion. Okay. And possibly the things that you thought you might be able to achieve by being quiet or by being boldly loud, that's shifting a little bit. And you might need to find a better way of speaking that truth. Okay. Never not speak your truth. Okay. Be proud of your truth. Be proud of you. Okay. People love you. People care about you. People support you. hi, I might be getting a little too earnest and this might be making it weird, but if you need somebody, I got you, right? But the point is, don't be quiet. Don't be quiet right now. The world needs your truth, okay? And whatever hardship you're going through, it won't last forever. It won't last forever because you're going to put the work in to help alleviate what you're feeling, okay? Okay. All right. Let's go. What do we need to see? Okay. Okay. Alrighty. We have the Eyes of Beauty, which represents positive expectations and clarity. Okay. Okay. All right. We have the Fire Prince, which represents optimism and aggression. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, and we have the Shadow Queen, which represents acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulation. Okay. Okay. So, there's some really good things here with this. Because I'm going to read, at least with the Fire Prince, I'm going to read it from the optimism aspect of it, especially with the Eyes of Beauty here, both the positive energy and the clarity thing, because this is really good. Whatever situation you're finding yourself in right now is fantastic. It's good. You have clarity about what you're going through. You feel really, really good about the situation you're in currently. Okay, this is for some of you. Not everyone might resonate with this. Take it as you see fit. Okay. There is this little niggling thing happening though, where you do feel good in the situation. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this thing. Can I though? Can I though? Yes, you can. Okay. Yes, you can, because I'm forever optimistic that you will. Okay. But the reason I think this insecurity is coming up is because you have the opportunity to acquire the knowledge that you're missing right now. So instead of manipulating yourself into thinking, well, I don't have what it takes, and shh, go get the thing you're missing because it's right there, and then go do the thing that you said you were going to do. Okay? Because you have what it takes. I gotta slow down, get some more water in my system. Cheers. Okay. Alrighty. Sorry, guys. I tend to get, when I get on a roll, so for those of you who are new, when I get on a roll, I tend to get very, very sassy. For those of you who've been here for a little bit, thank you for not roasting me alive too hard on that. I appreciate you for that. But let's see. What else do we need to see? Okay. What was that? Okay. Not that I'm going to read this card, but I want to share that it came out with another one of the decks. So maybe this guidance and higher knowing aspect is relevant for you. So let's keep that in mind, yeah? Okay. Okay. So we have contract, and we're going to look at contract, strategy, and the door to romance. Okay. Okay, so that's interesting here. Okay. Honestly, some of you are partnered. You do have a significant person. There is a relationship that you're in. Okay. The problem that I'm getting here is because like I said, we're looking at contract, okay, and strategy. And the weirdest thought came to my head first was that you really shouldn't mix business and pleasure. I don't know. It's not my business. It really is not my business to assume what you do in your private and work life. That is a separate thing from me. Okay. But the fact of the matter is that there's a contract or there's a contract or something you've agreed to do that you thought might be strategic in helping you make progress. I feel like this genuinely might be like a new job. If we're going off this door to romance thing, this could be a marriage. I don't want to say it's a marriage of convenience. That's, again, not my business. Okay? Truthfully, not my business. But again, there's this sneaking necessity of me to say, please be careful. Okay? Please use your discretion. Okay? Because something you've agreed to or agreed for it might affect this. Okay. But again, the phrase "don't mix work and pleasure" is coming through, and I'm going to leave it there before I talk it into the floor and possibly get myself into trouble. Okay. Be careful. Please, please, please be careful. Okay. Okay, and this could be this could be where your intuition is coming in. Okay, I knew I set this card aside for a reason. But yeah, this could be where your intuition comes in pretty handy. Okay, because you know the situation you're in best. Okay, I'm just giving you information from the cards. You don't have to take my word for any of what I've just said. Okay. Please be careful. Okay? Please be careful. All right. Cheers. Seriously, guys, please get some water. Please get some hydration or a comforting beverage of your choice. I'm gonna need some hydration after that. Okay. Alrighty. Really quickly, maybe not really quickly, but if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the chat right here. Comments are down below if you're watching this after the fact. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you very much. Okay. All right. Let's see what our tarot might have to say to us from here. Okay. Okay. We're looking at the Six of Swords. Okay, there's our Six of Swords. Okay, and our Ace of Cups. Okay. Okay. So Six of Swords and Ace of Cups. What's interesting here is that there is some emotional and mental transition that you have been going towards. You're moving away from something that isn't serving you, specifically mentally, into a possibly clearer, more helpful headspace. Okay. And what that's allowing you to do is explore the emotional things you've been going through. Okay, because that is something that you've needed to do. Okay, but it's also something that you've had to that you've really had to work hard for. Okay. Something tells me that some of you have been seeing medical professionals, which is great. I endorse that. Please continue if you have the means to do so. Okay, but I want you to notice that the this balloon, this thing that's carrying this passenger across the water, is attached to its head. There's a lot going on up here. Okay, and this character is taking that with them. But it's such that they're taking with them to set it down and finally let themselves feel what they're what they're meant to be feeling. Okay. So in your case, this could be something similar. Okay. But either way, this is for your emotional and spiritual growth. Okay. Okay. So let's move on. See what else we need to see. Again, if you're just watching fresh here, some of my decks are going to depict exposed bone, bodily organs, things like that. So please use your discretion if that is something you are sensitive to. Okay. 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 Okay, so we're going to see the Nine of Rods. In this case, this is the Nine of Wands. Okay, and we're going to see the Moon. Ooh, Bessie, I love that. Okay, so there is. Well, that's interesting. Right off the bat, and we'll get into the meaning of the cards first, because right off the bat, I'm seeing this dichotomy of light versus dark. Okay, and I'm getting here because the yellow flowers and these dark blue, they might be reading dark blue on camera, but I could swear to you these were more black. Actually, they're blue in person. Okay, it's vividly blue on camera here. But there's this dichotomy of light and dark, and it makes sense because the wands are associated with fire. There's a lot of fire, a lot of passion going on here. Perfect. Love it. Okay. The problem that seems to be coming up is that it seems to be stagnating a little bit because we're not quite past the fence post just yet. We're still slogging along. We're not willing to give up, but we're also taking it slow because we don't quite see how the path is going to meander right? We're not at a point where we can see if we're going to walk ourselves off a cliff. And even if that does happen, we're not alone. We're okay. The other thing I want to say, though, is that we do have a lot of fire energy here. Okay, so we have light in the dark, even if it has to persevere and endure and stand against the storm. It's still possible. Get it in frame, Meg. It's still possible to let ourselves see the way through. Okay, because ego doesn't have to overshadow our fire. Okay, it doesn't. We don't have to let it do that. Sometimes it does, and sometimes we have very reasonable fears and expectations that are that can put us in a really weird spot. Okay, but that's okay. Remember your light, and remember that it can and will keep moving itself forward. Okay. Okay. And also, I'm hearing the sun will rise again. Right, the sun will rise again, and the moon will chase it after. Right. Okay. Let's see what else we need to see. Okay. Any questions, comments, or concerns are more than welcome. Please let me know. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, very. It's creepy, but it's adorable. Happy Halloween, everybody. We have the Ace of Presents. Okay, we have the Ace of Presents. And we have the Six of Needles, or in this case, Six of Swords and Six of Ace of Coins. Okay. Okay. So, what I'm seeing with this part of the reading here is that there is a new opportunity to plant new seeds. Okay. Plant new seeds, set new soils, get everything to a place where you can spend adequate time tending to it. Okay. Whatever this situation is going to require a grounded and very, very controlled. I don't even want to say controlled, because a very grounded and practical way of addressing things. Okay. And what that's going to need is a little bit of attention to the things that you need to move on from or transition away from. Okay. And it might feel a little weird. It might feel a bit off kilter. Okay. But it isn't not doable, right? You're moving away from the things that haven't served you. Okay, because there's a broader shore and a brighter horizon at the end of the journey. Okay, and on the end of that, at the end of that journey, there's a new field for you to plant. Okay. Okay, so there you go. I love that. I love that card. And the fun fact, so this is from the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. I was using this for a little bit, like a couple days ago, and didn't matter when I shuffled my cards, didn't matter when I actually sat down to be with my tarot, I always got this card. So it's definitely apropos for the season. I'm happy we got it here. Okay. Let's see what else we need to see. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. There's just a few more cards, guys, and then I gotta close up shop for a little bit. But I am hoping to go live again very soon. So watch this space. You'll hear announcements to the matter very soon. But yeah, watch this space, okay? And the cards that we're gonna look at is from again, graphic nature to this card, be advised. Okay, but we are going to see the Queen of Cups. Okay. All right, we've got the Queen of Cups. And we have the Page of Wands. So I love this because instantaneously I'm getting that some of you are mothers with children. Okay, and there's this feeling of you being deeply attached to it. If this isn't mother and child dynamic going on, some of you are deeply attached to your creative pursuits. Okay, deeply attached in a way that is it's nurturing, it's emotional, it's very tapped in, okay? But it's also nurturing in a way that lets this creative energy flow, okay? And it feels safe, okay? The Page of Wands is kind of that advanced beginner wands energy, so it's not totally fresh, right? The fire's been burning for a little bit. But at this point, you've learned how to throw fuel on the fire without overdoing it. So you're not just squeezing a whole thing of lighter fluid on a candle, for example, which is a terrible example. Please be careful. Please don't do that if you're not safe. Okay. But yeah, this energy is nurturing, it's emotional, it's creative, and it's abundant, and it's in a way that is completely safe. I like that. Let me know if you're resonating with this mother-child card. If you feel safe to mention in the comments. I'd like to hear some feedback because I'm not quite sure how to put that part of it together. But yeah, please let me know. Don't do so if you don't feel safe. It's totally fine. But I'd be happy to hear your take, frankly, on any of these. But again, please do so if you feel safe. Okay. All right. So let me pull some final cards. I'm gonna call it quits after this, especially if nobody has any questions, comments, concerns, whatever. Yeah, let's see what we need to see, and then we'll go from there. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. One more shuffle. Okay. Okay. We're going to look at the Knight of Swords. Okay. We're looking at the Knight of Swords. And we're looking at the Six of Cups. Okay. All right. So, well, this is very. This is actually quite a nice reading to close this out on. Okay. I'm saying it that way because our Knight of Swords has this energy feels like it's finally in a place to feel safe in taking action on how they're thinking and feeling. There's been some leaps. There's been some kind of mental, maybe some mental things that have had to be addressed. Okay. Now earlier in the reading, I talked a little bit about nostalgia and how we can't go back to the past, and nor can we bring it into our future necessarily. And the example I gave was that I wanted to take my nephew to Disneyland, but it's abysmal to go. I don't know if you live anywhere close to Disneyland. I'm in California. I don't know if you live anywhere near any of the parks, but it is painful to try and go unless you've saved and are making it a vacation spot. But the point is that we've gotten ourselves to a place where we can feel safe in indulging the nostalgia, indulging the feeling of being in the good old days. But we're still in a place where we can take action on the things that we need to think about right now, the things that we need to address, any fears, anything that's keeping us locked in a mindset that we don't need or don't deserve to visit anymore. Okay? We're free. We're free. We're taking action. Okay. Yeah, it's swift moving action, but it's action that's rooted in there's a childlike energy. Let me put it like that. There's a childlike energy to this feeling that's coming through. So it's definitely happy. It's definitely reconnected to the things that maybe let you feel silly when you were a kid. If that's singing atrociously at the top of your lungs, I'll raise my hand to that. I still do that. Who am I kidding? But yeah, there's action taken on how you're thinking and how it's making you feel, and it's done so in a way that preserves and reconnects you to the things that you used to really like doing as a kid. Okay. Okay, guys, I have been talking almost nonstop for the last hour and a half, almost 2 hours. We still have 20 minutes on that, but I'm not going to go for another 20 minutes. I apologize. I need to stop. I have some other things I need to do tonight, but I am open to you getting in touch if you are watching this in playback. Comments, well, okay, the chat box is open right now, but the comments will definitely be open if you want to see more. My links are in the description, list of the decks I've used, and anything you have to share with me, please do so. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, I think that is going to be it for this live stream. I had fun. I hope you guys did too. I will be back again soon. So in the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed. Happiest Halloween, peaceful Samhain. If you celebrate the Dia de los Muertos, my heart is with you and your ancestors. Of course, if I'm allowed to be there in spirit, whatever. Please be safe. I love you guys lots. Bye, everybody.